Now that we have our functions set up in the correct coding structure, let's set up our first resource. So how do we set up resources in Serverless Framework, and what is this resource that we're going to set up? So first, how do we set up resources with Serverless Framework? Well, it's very easy. We have these three familiar flags: the service key, the provider key, and the functions key. So under the resource property, resources, we can add CloudFormation templates. So here we can see that it mentions that word CloudFormation again, which I emphasized in the beginning. So how do we make, and surprisingly this example gives a DynamoDB table with the properties that we will need. But let's look at this from DynamoDB's documentation point of view. So this is DynamoDB in the console. So I would suggest take a look at this video. This is very marketing orientated, not really development orientated, but there are pretty good videos for developers explaining a lot more in detail from the beginning what DynamoDB is and how it works. All that you need to worry about today is that it's a database, which is a NoSQL database, and it really works with the notion of partition keys and sort keys. And you structure these keys, which are basically just strings, in such a way that they are sortable and searchable based on properties on that string. So it will become clear as soon as we start saving books and querying them. But we can define DynamoDB through CloudFormation, so that the setup of the database, like different properties, the name, the key schema, like whether you have global secondary indexes, and what is the deletion policies and rules like that, right? So for now, I'm not going to dive too deep in these things. I'm just showing you how to use Serverless Framework and in combination the DynamoDB documentation for CloudFormation to set up something with Serverless Framework. Okay, so here's the YAML definition. So our Serverless Framework is in YAML, so we can take a look at this one. And basically all that we need to do is say type of AWS DynamoDB table, and then there's a bunch of properties. Not all of them are mandatory, but I have already set up something in the code base. So let's go back there. Okay, so here I'm gonna create that resources property, and then I'm gonna paste in some code or some syntax. So this is CloudFormation, and this is pretty much the same that we saw in the documentation of DynamoDB. We have a resource called books table, and it is of type DynamoDB table with a bunch of properties: the table name, the attribute definitions, the key schema. This is almost like setting up a bit of a model in SQLize and other type of stuff. You're defining some properties with these regarding the keys and some searchable fields. Okay, not going to go into much detail with that, but trust me on this. Copy and paste this in, and now we want to deploy this table live to DynamoDB, and it's very easy. We just say serverless deploy again, and it will read through our resources and our functions and start deploying stuff that's not there already or new or needs to update. So if we go to our dashboard, okay, and we go to the tables page and we do a refresh, we don't see the book table. We did see it there for a moment because I removed it again and deployed it again now. So if we refresh now, we don't see the books table yet, but if we give it a second and do a refresh, okay, so there we can see this finished deploying now. So now if we go back here and we do a refresh, we see the books table popping up here. Okay, so now it has all the settings that we specified and some defaults set for us. In this page, we can view a bunch of things like the indexes, monitoring, global tables, backups, exports and streams, other permissions that we'll get to in just a sec. Additional settings, which is this read-write capacity units and time to live options, encryption, deletion policies. So if I were to remove something from the serverless framework and this already has a bunch of production data, I don't want this to be deleted as well. So you can set up some deletion protection rules as well. I'm not going to get into that now, but we'll do that in some separate video. Okay, so now we have this table deployed. Now I want to be able to interact with this table through my repositories. So I have these functions: creating a book, getting a book, get books, delete book, update book. How do I do this and talk to that DynamoDB table? Well, we're going to be using the AWS SDK, and we will get that installed and set up right after this.